I always trusted my security camera. It was the one thing that made me feel safe when I wasn't home. The little black lens mounted in the corner of my living room, the quiet blinking light, the notifications on my phone, it was supposed to be my digital guardian. It watched my door, my windows, my empty house, or at least, that's what I believed. The night before everything happened, I packed a small bag and left for a 2-day work trip. Nothing special, no drama, no fear. I locked the door, checked the alarm, and drove away like I'd done 100 times before. The next morning, I woke up in my hotel room to a notification. Motion detected, living room camera. That wasn't unusual. Sometimes it glitched. Sometimes light from passing cars triggered it. Sometimes it was just a bug. I didn't think much of it. Then another notification came. Person detected. My stomach tightened. I opened the app, expecting to see nothing. Maybe a shadow. Maybe a blur. Maybe my curtains moving. But the video feed loaded slowly, and when the image cleared, my breath stopped. Someone was standing in my living room. At first, I thought it was a stranger. The person was facing the camera, standing right under the ceiling light. Same height as me, same build, same haircut, same clothes I had worn the day before. And the face, it was my face. Not similar, not close, not, kind of looks like you. It was me, perfectly. Down to the scar on my eyebrow. Down to the mole on my cheek. Down to the way my shoulders naturally slouched when I stood still. I dropped my phone. I picked it up with shaking hands and watched the clip again. The person, me, wasn't moving much. Just standing there, breathing, looking around the room slowly, like they were studying it. Then they walked toward the bookshelf. My bookshelf. They touched the photo frame with my mother's picture. They picked it up. They stared at it. Then they put it back, in the exact same place. Every movement felt familiar. Too familiar. Like muscle memory. Like instinct. Then the figure turned and looked directly into the camera. Into me. Into my eyes. And smiled. Not a friendly smile. Not a warm one. A slow, knowing smile. The kind that says, I know you're watching. The clip ended. I couldn't breathe. I checked the timestamps. It was real time. This wasn't old footage. This wasn't a glitch. This wasn't a reflection. This wasn't a loop. My security camera had just detected me while I was miles away. I immediately called the police. I tried to explain. There's someone in my house who looks exactly like me. There was silence on the line. Then confusion. Then questions. Then doubt. But they still sent a patrol unit. While they were on the way, I kept watching the live feed. The house was quiet. Empty. No movement. No person. Nothing. 10 minutes later, motion alert again. Bedroom camera. I switched feeds. And there I was. Sitting on my bed. My bed. Scrolling on my phone. My phone. Same cracked corner on the screen. Same case. Same lock screen photo. They weren't rushing. They weren't hiding. They were living there. Like they belonged. Like it was their house. Like I was the intruder. The police arrived at my address. I watched them knock on my door through the camera. No answer. They knocked again. The door slowly opened. I expected chaos. A struggle. A confrontation. Something. But nothing happened. The camera showed the officers stepping inside. Room by room. Searching. Calling out. Hello. Police. The house was empty. No one. Nothing. They found no forced entry. No damage. No signs of another person living there. No fingerprints that didn't belong to me. No evidence of anyone else. They told me it was probably a glitch. A software error. A corrupted feed. A delayed recording. A deepfake overlay. They tried to rationalize it. But none of it made sense. Because glitches don't touch photo frames. Glitches don't use your phone. Glitches don't sit on your bed and smile into the camera. That night, I didn't sleep. I watched the live feed for hours. Nothing happened. No movement. No figure. No alerts. Just my empty house. The next day, I returned home. Every step inside felt wrong. The air felt heavy. The silence felt loud. Everything was in the same place. Too perfect. Too normal. Nothing was stolen. Nothing was moved. Nothing was broken. But I felt watched. Like I wasn't alone. Like something had already memorized every corner of my life. I checked every room, closet, bathroom, kitchen, storage. Nothing. I told myself it was stress. fatigue, fear, imagination, until I opened my bedroom drawer. Inside, next to my passport and documents, was a folded piece of paper. Just one line written in my handwriting. Not similar handwriting, my handwriting. Same curves, same pressure, same style, same slant. The message said, "Don't worry, I only come when you're gone." I installed more cameras after that. Better systems, stronger security, more alerts, motion sensors, door sensors, window sensors, everything. Nothing ever showed up again. No duplicate, no figure, no alerts, no sightings. Months passed, life returned to normal, almost. But sometimes, when I leave my house, I get this strange feeling. Like I'm not leaving it empty. Like I'm just switching places. And sometimes, when I check my security camera, I swear the living room looks slightly different. Not messy, not broken, just lived in, like someone was there, and cleaned up before I came back. And the scariest part isn't that my security camera detected me while I was away. The scariest part is that whatever it was, knew exactly how to live my life better than I do.